Hey, everyone. It is your girl Kiki, and I am back with another video. I want to start by saying Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that everyone has a great and prosperous and peaceful year for the 2025. I really hope that everyone just have a great year. So, tonight I'm going to do the classic movie, none other than The Wood. Let's go ahead and get into it. The Wood came out in 1999, starring actors such as Omar Epps, Richard T. Jones, Taye Diggs, Lisa Ray, and more. This movie is a comedy romance about how three teenage young men grew up in Inglewood, California, specifically Mike. The movie starts with older Mike, played by Omar Epps, talking to the camera at his friend's wedding, reminiscing on how they all met and how things went back in the day. Now, I remember when it flashed back to young Mike, played by Sean Nelson, I used to wonder why Mike's mom constantly had him and his younger brother moving. I remember Mike mentioning them moving quite a few times within the past few years. From what I gathered, she was a nurse, but I still didn't understand what they had to do with the frequent moving. Just something I wonder. Anyway, I feel like this is a classic for Black people all over. Young Roland and Young Slim were hilarious. They know they were so wrong, though, for betting Mike about smacking Alicia's butt, who, by the way, was played by Melinda Williams. He was so young and gullible, not even thinking at first, like, okay, I'm the new kid here, but they aren't, so why aren't they smacking her butt? But he even said that, like, it never occurred to me to think why they won't do it. I will say, though, that when Mike got beat up by Alicia's brother, Stacy, he took the beating better than most probably would have and even threw a punch in there. Side note, where was the school authorities? Like, how was this man able to just pull up to the school that he didn't even go to, by the way, and beat up a student like that? I believe this is the reason Stacy gave him the nickname Big Mike and ended up having respect for him, along with telling him to get a dance with Alicia. Just goes to show you that standing up for yourself even a little bit goes a long way and will have even the toughest of guys having respect for you in the end. Okay, so let's switch back to the present time for a minute. Older Roland, played by Taye Diggs, was totally out of line. This man dipped out on his wedding because he had cold feet and went to his ex-girlfriend's house. Now, in my head, I would have been like, you weren't that drunk. You found your way to your very attractive ex-girlfriend's house that was played by Tamala Jones. I don't know what kind of boyfriend she had, but I think most men would be pissed how they were all up in her house wearing his clothes, in the back naked, being water holes because Roland, threw up on them in the car. Like, what? The whole thing was just crazy. This did show how men will propose and get cold feet as if you're the one that asked for their hand in marriage. Like, what? Roland's fiance, Lisa, played by Lisa Ray, how ironic, had every right to be angry. But I'm not sure if I could have married him in that moment. Back in the day, Roland was more of the player type, so it seems everyone was shocked that he was settling down and getting married. Mike was more of the lover boy out of the group. Okay, so something else I want to know is when they were all about to go to the school dance and they were in the corner store that Stacy and his friend were robbing, what reason did Slim have to start shaking up a drink? Like, was he going to throw it out there, then run past them? I'm still confused. One part of the movie that will always be funny to me is how after the robbery, when Stacy was driving them back to the school for the school dance and Mike started to cough due to him smoking and Stacy proceeds to yell out, contact back here, boy. Hilarious. When Mike and Alicia experienced their first sexual encounter as teenagers, it was so unromantic. He had his shoes on, and then she was barely making any facial expressions. Like, girl, if this is your first time, I know it had to be somewhat uncomfortable at first. It was just so unrealistic. However, it was very sweet that Mike didn't tell the guys about it until someone else won their who will have sex first bet, because he felt Alicia was too special to bet on her like that. Anyway, all in all, Roland got it together after being checked and cursed out a million times by Slim, but hey, he deserved it. He ended up marrying Lisa. It's still crazy to me that they got Sanaa Lathan to play adult Alicia, where her and Melinda Williams look nothing alike, no similarities, different skin complexions. I remember me and some other people back in the day used to be like, what were they thinking when it came to that? But what was you guys' favorite part of The Wood? I mean, there's a lot of back and forth between back in the day to the present time, but what was your favorite part of the movie, or maybe favorite parts? Do you like when they flash back to them being younger, the present? Also, this is another good question. Do y'all like the older versions of them or the younger versions better? Do you have any unpopular opinions about this movie? Let me know in the comments. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. I thank you all. Happy New Year once again. And until next time, bye.